In unconventional warfare, you're generally given a problem and you got to figure it out. I mean, you're given a lot of tools and resources, but you get a general mission statement. You go into an area of operations and you figure it out. I know I talked with Scott before about the human terrain, but it was interesting when, 3.5 years ago, when everything started amping up, right, and everybody was posting, who's responsible, who's the guy above the guy above the guy, who do we go after, who's the boogeyman, and it was like a big distraction. There was tons of information flooding the alternate media sites. People were doing research and. So, doing a lot of research, waking up early in the morning before you're going to work, so you don't interfere with your family time when you get home, and it just cost a lot of energy. And I remember I saw this one meme that came across one of our channels, and it just made sense. It just made a lot of sense. This was about 2.5 years ago. It was a picture, and the top caption was a bunch of tactical soft guys jumping off of helicopters with high-speed equipment and rifles. And it says, what I thought the resistance looked like. And on the bottom, it's a picture of a mother, a father, and their children holding hands going to church. Yeah, that's great. And I was like, that's it, right? Every rabbit hole that you go down, what's at the bottom? It's the Prince of Darkness, right? It's the devil. So, and I was like, that makes so much sense. Let's focus on that. Now, obviously, we're in a great spiritual warfare. And I think the biggest strategy for us to realize, I guess more for us, because we already know God won, is to bring as many people to Christ as possible. Share the gospel, right? And I think that, one of the best ways to do that is like, I know Scott has outlined, the county by county and getting these podcasts to spread the message and to gain information, intelligence, and map the human terrain within each county. And I think that's an awesome strategy. I also think that our children, right, we talked about this a couple times over yesterday and today, are the key, right? So if our enemy holds our children, that's our next generation. He holds all of us. We continue to be slaves. I pulled my children out of public school 3 years ago. Well, Mattia was in school, but so we've been homeschooling for 3 years. And the difference I see is immense. Not only is your children at home bonding with the family, with the brother, the mom, and dad, but they're learning way more than they would in public school, and you're protecting them from all that evil indoctrination that they're getting at the public schools. And it's very apparent, very apparent. So I think the kids are one of those key strategic goals or objectives that we must realize. So spread the gospel, bring as many people, fill all these seats, and do these venues all across the United States, but then take away the next generation from our enemy. Bring them back home. Look after them.